You know, there's a lot of things that go down in the news business. We're not always reporting about puppy dogs and kitty cats, your child's 5th birthday, or Florence, the old lady that sells the tulips on a cart on the side of the road. Nah, this business gets ugly. And that's because people are ugly. They do ugly things to each other. They hurt each other. They play sick and twisted games with each other. And when all of that spills over and it starts to affect the public, that's where we, as reporters, have to step in. I've always tried to live by a code when I do my reports. Larry, just stick to the facts, get to the truth, and then let the people know. That's what I always tell myself. But as this world just keeps turning and gets crazier and crazier with every turn, I'm starting to wonder if I can keep myself clean. If I can continue to live by that code. Things have happened to me. Things that keep me up in the middle of the night. I feel like I'm changing. I feel like if I'm going to have to do my job, I can't live by that code anymore. I'm going to have to do it their way.
I may not be a journalist, but my quote-unquote spidey senses are tingling.
You're going to get that a lot in this business.
Is it just like an infectious kind of thing I'm getting from you?
Oh yeah. You got to trust your gut, that's for sure there, Theo. All right, I'm going to call Denny. I don't want him tailing Bob, hell, I can't keep track of him anymore. Patricia, I don't want him tailing her in that damn van.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. It's pretty noticeable for being a van.
This is Denny.
Hey, Denny, this is Larry. Did you get yourself a different vehicle?
It's very eco-friendly.
All right. You stick on Patricia, and you call me back, all right? 204. Any information you got, you call me back.
Will do.
All right, thank you there, bud. Oh, so Bob Boy's tweeting out now. Please help locate Bob Smith. She's missing. If you see something, say something. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
What if they hired an actor to pretend to be Chuck Livingston and to kidnap her?
I mean, it's a possibility. You never know. I don't know. I got to figure out how to put all this together. And I'm not even sure where we start, to be honest. We do have a helicopter.
That's true. Is there any way you can get it down to the airport?
Well, actually, sometimes we keep it over here in Polito Airport.
I'm maybe a little bit rusty at flying, but I've got my license.
Well, if you got your license there, because I sure as hell don't know how to fly those things. San Andreas is a really large state with a lot of places to hide. We were going to have to cover a lot of ground to try to find Bob.
Yeah, Davis, keep the Keep the truck on standby. We're gonna see if we can get a helicopter.
We're also going to see if I can remember how to get down there.
Head down to the sheriff's station. Turn right.
Yeah, actually, Mikey Bayron, who usually flies with me, he likes to fly out of Polito.
I got you.
Just be on the lookout. There's some weird stuff, you know. Sometimes you'll find some dead sea life or something like that over here. We had a couple of places in mind. Thought we might check out the top of Chiliad, the top of Gordo, that weird cultist camp. I think they call themselves the Altruists or something like that. But lo and behold, we found him. He was at that cultist camp. Probably the perfect spot for him, to be honest with you. Barb was sitting in a chair on the edge of the cliff. Chuck was walking around. But Barb didn't look to be under any duress at all. In fact, she looked like she was just relaxing, enjoying the view. Very odd for someone who's been kidnapped. Theo, I gotta talk to you about something serious.
All right.
I have an individual by the name of Mr. Jack Roberts.
I don't think we ought to call 911 on this.
No?
Now hear me out on this. If I had to put Chuck and Rosemary in the same room and weigh which one was more dangerous, I would say Rosemary is more dangerous, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, I guess the best way to put this is the enemy of my enemy is my friend, or something like that.
Like I was saying earlier, I don't know necessarily. Yeah, something seems really off about this to me. Or if he has, there's something else going on. So, I'm not necessarily in any hurry either.
Theo and I decided that we would go up to the Altruist camp, see if we could make contact with Chuck. If anything, I just wanted to make sure Bob was actually okay. I felt like we were all getting lied to. I just didn't know by who.
Alright, we're hiking from here.
Alright. The Altruist camp. Home to a bunch of inbreds and people with some serious mental issues. You wanted to know how the news business is. Welcome aboard to C&T. You are liable to get shot, or even worse up in here. It was not a good place at all. Very clannish. There's something seriously wrong with all of those people. I'm not afraid to admit that I was a little worried.
Oh, please don't tell me he's not up here. Mr. Livingston.
Chuck, you around here? He had already left, and that was fine by me. That means we could leave as well. And I'm okay with that. Larry Barry, C&T News.
What's going on? You'll give me a call?
Yeah, Chuck, yeah. I need to let you in on a little bit of information. Rosemary's been trying to recruit all the media to bury you, essentially, and get you caught. If I can find you that easily in a helicopter, you need to be very, very careful, because Rosemary's crazy right now, out for blood.
Okay, let's walk toward the truck.
No, man, she trying to set me up. I didn't even do that.
I know she's trying to set you up, but it's like I said, if I can find you, they might be able to find you. I haven't called the police or anything.
After that.
Good. Yeah, I haven't called the police or anything. You just need to be very, very careful.
We tried our best, man. It's up to her though. But I didn't even do it. Me and Barb had something. You know, we were going out together.
No. I believe it, Chuck. I actually believe you. But that woman, Rosemary, she's crazy. And like I said, she's trying to use all of us as her pawns to get to you.
Well, after all this comes to light, it'll be a good story on her. The way she be treating, her companion people.
Oh, trust me, I got people following her and her associates around right now. That Patricia woman.
Bob got some jokes on her.
Yeah, people who can't do their jobs.
Well, whenever things settle down a little bit, I wouldn't mind talking to Bob a little bit about it.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what happened with all this.
All right, you just be careful out there, Chuck, because like I said, if we can find you, they can find you.
Well, I appreciate it, Larry.
Hey, no problem, Chuck. Be safe out there.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a good one.
You too.
I'm guessing he says he didn't do it.
Yeah, he's saying he didn't do it, that him and Bob have a relationship that Rosemary didn't know about. Bob left willingly.
I knew something was up with that cop saying he saw the kidnapping against their will. You can't ever tell if it's against somebody's will unless he's got him at gunpoint.
He wouldn't say anything about weapons either when I asked.
Well, it's just got a whole lot more convoluted.
I'm telling you, I have never ever liked that Rosemary lady, and I know she is setting Chuck up. And as much as Chuck and I have had problems in the past, I'm not about to see an innocent person go down. Theo and I caught wind over the police scanner about the drop. It was supposed to happen over at a motorcycle place called Stab City. That's where the lost hang out. Most of them live in trailers. So we decided to take a boat across the Alamo Sea, sneak on over in there, and see what we could see about this drop. Well, Theo, you're not used to sneaking around there, are you?
You know, it's pretty sneaky if you're moving so fast they can't see you.
I like this guy, but he still has a lot to learn about investigative reporting. That's for sure. I also see in his eye, though, that little spark. He's starting to enjoy this, which might be good for C&T. The guy's rich after all, wants to pump a lot of money into the network. It was supposed to be the green trailer, or the trailer with the green roof.
The trailer with the green roof?
I got here right in time for the drop. There was Patricia and Rosemary. They were backing up, dropping the suitcase, supposedly where Chuck told them, I guess. Once again, I'm filled with questions. Chuck told me that him and Bob were an item, a pair, and that Bob willingly left. So who's scamming who here? Is Chuck scamming Rosemary out of whatever amount of money? Or is Rosemary playing this all off just to really make Chuck look bad? All right, they put down the suitcase. I must have waited there for probably about 5 or 6 hours. Chuck never showed up to get that money. In fact, Rosemary and Patricia came back, this time in a different vehicle. It looked like as they were coming back to retrieve the money. Now I'm all sorts of confused. Did Chuck give them a different drop-off location? Or are Rosemary and Patricia just doing this for the optics? Maybe they snowed the cops into believing that this whole thing was a kidnapping. Was there insurance involved? Was there another player? My head was spinning at this point. Too many questions. Too many questions.
190, was that you going in there at a high rate of speed? Yeah, Temple.
What the?
Sorry, I said move in regards to the Stab City.
Mr. Barry, what are you doing here?
Jesus, I'm cover's blown.
No, he's not here. He's not here.
Is the money still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Larry, what are you doing here, man?
Hey, CNT News. You know how I do it.
Okay, well, you're about to get yourself arrested.
He's not here, Larry. Never was.
Go figure.
Yeah, Barb at the winery. Break off from that. Yeah, I'm coming. And we're following. We're going to be following the winery. Alright, for direct. What was the details of this? Apparently, Barb answered the phone, told them to come down to the winery. I don't know where that's located, so right now my son wondering.
Wait, what was this? While Theo and I were motorboating back across the Alamo Sea to get back to the car, we heard over the police scanner that Bob was apparently at the winery. That she's called to come be picked up. No fanfare, no Chuck Livingston, no nothing. Just Bob sitting at a high-class winery. What in the hell is going on? Theo and I raced our way over to that winery to see. You mean to tell me this whole time that Theo and I have been running back and forth across this state in cars, in front of inbred cultists, in helicopters, everything else. There's freaking Bob at a winery. What is the game? What in the hell is going on? You know, sometimes I wonder if these rich people, these criminals, they do this for fun. They don't necessarily do it for profit or any sort of gain. I think they just have so much power or so much influence, or their ego is so huge that they sit back and they just have fun. And it's a sort of fun that comes at our expense, the common folk. We're like little pawns or little playthings to them, little puppets to dance around, to make them happy. I don't know what the hell happened in this kidnapping case. I don't know if I ever will. On one hand, Chuck and Bob are an item. Two ill-fated lovers on the run from the evil Rosemary Johnson. But on the other hand, here's Rosemary, a worried woman, worried about her friend, albeit a very infantile friend, and an abusive ex-lover. Who knows who's telling the truth? We're never gonna know who's telling the truth. I'm frustrated. I'm angry, and I'm tired. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if this is ever going to stop. All I know is that innocent people are going to get hurt. But that's all right. I'll do my job, because I'm Larry Berry, investigative reporter.